Alright, so what's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Eevee'sCliché from Coast to Coast, episode number 21. Finally, we're hitting that 21 because I don't know. On the From Coast to Coast series, it actually feels like it's taking a long time. But anyways, enough of that. Today, we're gonna have a post-commentated battle with Serena. I'm not trying to be racist, but this is the dark side. Oh, that was good. It was good in my head. I know it's terrible. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and briefly introduce what we brought today. On our side, we went ahead and brought Don Fan, Mandy Buzz, Mian Xiao, Shadow the Mian Xiao. I don't know if anybody of you guys watch the Arrow, but that is the reference. Okay, so we bring Roserade, Morning Wood, the Trevenant, and there's you guys should know the reference behind that, but it is Morning Wood. You know, you'll see. It's funny. It was funny to me. Anyway, so Hydreigon with the choice scarf, I believe. But anyways, more details on their items will be provided as we go along on the battle. My opponent brings in a Charizard. Don't recall what, but I'm not. Spoilers are not good sometimes. So Charizard, Sylveon, Go-Goat, okay, so this is a tournament, so you cannot bring the Mega Lucario, so it's non-Mega Lucario. Got the Ampharos in there, and of course the Greninja. So this is going to be a very interesting battle, and you're going to see why. Hopefully you understand. By the way, stick around to the end because it's finally time, ladies and gentlemen, for the giveaways. So I am going to say in the middle of the battle, I'm going to tell you what to post on the bottom, you know, on the comment section below, in order to have a chance to win. You're also gonna have to like the video, and if you have a Twitter, please do share. It really would be awesome. If you have a Facebook, I don't know, I guess share it on a group or something, whatever. But the sharing is not necessary, but it is very welcome. Thank you. So no, actually not welcome, but it's very, I'm very grateful for it. So all you gotta do is just like and provide the word that I'm gonna, you know, hashtag or something, or just a word. Most likely a lot of people are just like, anyways, we're gonna continue and hit the play button because I'm just gonna be babbling about. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start this amazing battle against the dark side of Serena. So yeah, look at me with my sweater. We start off with Don Fan. So right here, I see my opponent starting out with a Greninja, which is not the best part, of course, but as you can tell from the team preview, it is very important how hazardous I get in this. So my opponent does hit me with the serve, bring me down to 5. That is pretty crazy. I was thinking, like, is this Greninja not invested? But I do eat up my citrus. As you can tell, that's the item that I'm holding. So then after that, I go ahead and set up the rocks just because I need some freaking, you know, some hazards in the thing. I didn't see any spinners on my opponent's side of the field, so I was like, yeah. So I go ahead and bring a Roserade in, and I'm like, haha, Roserade's gonna eat this up. So unfortunately, I forgot that this Roserade actually has the Focus Sash, and I'm like, what the heck? Anyways, so my opponent's gonna go for the Ice Beam, and you can tell I eat that up too, being super effective. Go ahead and go for the Toxic Spice because I'm just like, I need to take advantage of all kinds of hazards. So I go ahead and switch out on this one, bring in Dolphin again, Don Fan for some dead fodder, because I kind of needed Roserade later on. I needed her later on, and yeah, go ahead and take the Ice Beam for quad effective damage. So there goes that. So Shadow the Mian Xiao comes in and goes for the fake out. We see that Greninja is a huge threat, taking out like a shitload of a Pokemon. So knowing that he's protein, all kinds of good stuff, so it is hurting us a lot. So after that, my opponent does go for the lefties. Well, actually, we see that my opponent has the lefties versus the Life Orb or anything of that nature, and we come in again with the Roserade, trying to scout out to see what my opponent has, and it does carry the extra sensory, and I'm like, ooh, you dirty. So this is gonna hit us for super effective damage. We see that Greninja is this huge freaking, like, just like the biggest weapon on my opponent's team. And still getting those lefties recovery back, and it's rather unfortunate because Shadow is gonna come in again, and we're gonna do a fake out again just to get a little bit more damage, since we do have regenerator ability and the Life Orb. So that's gonna be all kinds of fun, you know what I mean? So right here, my opponent still brings in, or takes in the leftovers. You know what I always wondered about the leftovers? How do you do it? Anyways, I do withdraw and come in with Hydreigon to see what, like, we're gonna predict the extrasensory and get the non-effective or not effective at all kind of move, you know what I mean? So he does withdraw knowing that this thing is gonna hit it hard and doesn't have much for it. So right here my opponent does bring Sylveon, I guess predicting the Dragon Pulse, but I was kind of, I don't know how to say it. I was kind of ready for a prediction switch. I don't know, but since it was a psychic, I was like Dragon Pulse, bam. Anyway, so didn't do much damage, and we saw that I had to withdraw because a Moonblast is coming my way. At this time, I'm like, I think Ghost Resist Fairy, but ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, I was, I think I was kind of wrong. I still take a good amount of damage, but since I'm HP invested, I was like, sure, why not? Let's go for it. My opponent does withdraw the Sylveon because it's like, damn, like this thing is the morning wood, you know, it's gonna like poke me in the eye or something. So my opponent does withdraw, brings in the Charizard, Stealth Rock damage, taking his effect, and I do suck in some life with my Horn Leech, and as you can tell, I didn't do diddly squattily nothing. I do withdraw because I'm like, I don't want to take a freaking Fire Blast. Hell nah, man. Nobody want to take no Fire Blast. So Mandibuzz comes in. My opponent just hit me with the Flamethrower, and you see that this does nothing. I'm like, and then anyway, so that was pretty awesome. So we do a foul play and all kinds of crazy stuff, and this is gonna just take out my opponent because I'm just fouling up. Anyway, so my opponent brings in the Ampharos after that play, and they do reveal that I was rocking helmet, so that's good news there. So anyways, my opponent does get poisoned because I just want you guys to see how important like hazards are to a game. Like this facilitated the whole outcome of this. So my opponent does hit me with a Thunderbolt, and I'm like, damn, that thing did a lot. Anyways, so do get the poison damage in as I come in, all kinds of crazy stuff. My opponent does withdraw because it's like man, I'm scared of this. Shaft morning wood hitting me in the face, you know. So yeah, that's exactly what that Ampharos was screaming. So I do get the opportunity to go for the rest as that Greninja comes in, so I go and take it. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and eat up my Lumberry because I think it is a Lumberry. Yeah, it's a Lumberry. Of course, it's a Lumberry because I am the harvest the harvest ability, and my opponent does eat up that leftovers. Comes in with the poison and all kinds of residual damage. So as you can tell, I was like, you know what? I did what I had to do. I came in for what I came. Got the rest off and gonna switch out into Mandibuzz to take this Ice Beam because I just wanted to see what my opponent was doing. Obviously that was a better play, but I was scared. So my Mandibuzz surprisingly lives on 12, and I'm like, girl, you've been eating all kinds of like leftovers here and there and stuff. I don't know, scavenging and crap like that. I don't know what Mandibuzz do these days. So I do take the crit, which didn't matter because of course it didn't matter. Eat up that lefty still, but the poison's gonna hurt it, and it doesn't matter anymore after taking poison and leftover. It just nullifies the effective leftovers. Shadow does gonna come in and take care of business because the fake out is just evident and just like obvious, and you can see the damage it did. I was like, baby, where you at? So yeah, after this, leftovers are gonna come in. The poison is gonna leave it on the 1, and I was like, what? Are you serious? My opponent does withdraw Greninja. I have no idea why, because the rocks are definitely gonna take out my opponent later on. But I do stay in because I'm like, you know what? Let's see if we can outspeed. And knockoff comes in, and I'm like, baby, What the hell? And we can tell that as we can tell that this Sylveon is a male nature, and then my freaking Shadow, which is a girl, of course, because the arrow reference, falls in love with this thing, poison, like all about to die, crippled and crap. Like, really, how you gonna fall in love with that, man? Like, come on, Shadow, you gotta have some class, baby. Anyway, so Lucario comes in, and I'm like, let me high jump the crap out of this thing, and I'm surprisingly I outspeed, and I'm like, are these things not Eevee trained right? Like, there's no way. There just wasn't no way. I was confused as I was just baffled and tripping, and I don't know. But I do go for the knockoff, and I'm like, really? I get static. But the hacks do matter. I guess there's still hope. There is still hope for my opponent. Goes for the facade after his poison. I was like, wow, that is amazing. You have facade on an Ampharos. Congrats. That mix attacking stuff is amazing. It did drop me down. I'm like, I'm gonna use this for death fodder, knowing that it's gonna go for a facade. Potentially I'm gonna go ahead and switch out into Morning Wood, and my opponent does go mecha, and I'm like, why didn't you do that before, bro? Like, come on. Well, it was a she, so she does go for the mold breaker. I guess maybe because of static, I don't know. So the T-Bolt does come in, predicting I guess the Morning Wood to come in. I'm like, dude, you're freaking pulling all kinds of plays. Anyways, I do go for the Horn Leech, and that is the end of poor Ampharos, because, you know, just couldn't do much. Just look at the tail, it's all fluffy, and I was actually expecting this thing to go for all kinds of defenses. I do get in the harvest, finally get the Lumberry, and finally, to conclude this, we do see the Go-Go coming in, getting poisoned. Poor thing suffering, just a plant with a thing in the getting ready for the Christmas and mistletoe and all kinds of stuff. Does go for the X, what was that, Leaf Blade? Leaf Blade wasn't very affected, but I do flinch, and I'm like, what the fuck? Goes for another Leaf Blade, I guess hoping for another flinch, and for its unfortunate procedure, it didn't take a pout, so Shadow Claw is gonna be my attack, and so you can tell it did a good amount of damage, hoping for the crit, but didn't get it. Goes for another Leaf Blade, trying to get the crit, and the flinch, blah, 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 but it doesn't work. I go for the rest. Luckily, look at this beauty, look at those freaking purple eyes, so deadly. Anyways, even though Halloween just like passed by, so it don't matter. But anyways, I don't even know what I'm saying. Why am I saying that? Do you care? I don't care. I don't know, but I do get the rest in, Lumberry, all that kind of action. And as you can see, my opponent goes for the Horn Leech. I don't know why. Maybe that was a questionable play. I guess maybe to just kind of survive another hit. But at this point, I realize that my opponent is just like, screw this Go-Go, it's not gonna live, whatever. Bam. So it does die instead of withdrawing or any other kind of shenanigans. Comes in with the Greninja, and as you can tell, the death fodder was there. Actually, no, that was just like dead. Morning Wood surviving all kinds of craziness, and yeah, unfortunately, I guess I didn't get to. Man, that was kind of fast. I didn't get to like kind of tell you what the wood was that I was gonna briefly explain. But anyways, yes, if you want a chance to win these beautiful Pokemons that I'm gonna provide on the section, where is it? Anyways, it's gonna be on the screen somewhere on the screen. There's gonna be 2 different Pokemon for this week. You do get to pick which one you want, just to have some variety, and you guys can kind of like, I don't know, kind of get to see what you want. These are gonna be transferred Pokemon, and yeah. So what I want you to go ahead and comment on the comment section below. Go ahead and comment Eevee for a chance to win. Like the video, and yeah, I'll go ahead and try to contact you via YouTube message or whatever, or if you have a Twitter, please add me on there, and it'll be so much easier to get contact with you. Trust me, I answer Twitter or Facebook so much faster. Just comment, like, tell me if you have a Facebook or whatever it is, or message me on Twitter, which would be so much easier, trust me, or whatever. But anyway, so those 2 Pokemon on the screen, bam, again, whatever. Go ahead and see if you like them. You want a chance to get a win for them. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a drawing. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the process. So if you like whatever, you're gonna be entered in the chance to win these Pokemon. And it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna appreciate it because they're transfer moves and they're just beautiful Pokemon. They're strong. They are gonna be EV trained on my specific EV spread, what I would like to see on them. If you do want to change it, feel free to do it yourself. Of course, I'm not gonna have time to do that for you. But anyways, I just wanted to do something so I can kind of interact with you guys a little bit better because honestly, I mean, yeah, I don't do question of the days so often, all that kind of stuff, but it is nice to kind of see who's interested. I want to give you guys back some stuff, you know what I mean? You guys are giving me your time. I want to give you something that's worth more, more than just my quality videos and whatever I do to entertain you guys. I want to do more, so maybe, just kind of do the extra mile. And let me see, I think that was it. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. And if my voice is kind of low right here, it's because I'm trying to keep it low. Everybody's kind of sleeping. Anyways, you really don't care about that either. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and like always, just sit back, relax, and do your thing. Just show some love, and hasta luego.